Myanmar has been rocked by tragedy once again. A powerful 7.7 magnitude earthquake has struck the Southeast Asian nation, already reeling from a brutal civil war and a military regime that has been under international scrutiny. Now, with over 3 million people displaced by conflict, the country's ability to manage this new crisis is under serious question. But is there hope for those affected? Let's dive in. Myanmar has faced an uphill battle since gaining independence from Britain in 1948. Wars, ethnic conflicts, and natural disasters have plagued the country for decades. But now, a new disaster. Friday's massive earthquake is adding to the suffering. The quake's magnitude has left a significant impact, especially in areas already devastated by war. Relief efforts in Myanmar are especially complex because of the ongoing civil war between the military government and pro democracy resistance groups. Since the military took control in February 2021, overthrowing the democratically elected government of Aung San Suu Kyi, Myanmar has spiraled deeper into conflict. The country is now in the midst of one of the most severe internal conflicts in Southeast Asia. With over 3 million displaced due to the fighting, the humanitarian situation was already dire. In the wake of the earthquake, the main resistance movement, known as the National Unity Government (NUG), has announced a 2-week ceasefire starting Sunday. They have pledged to halt offensive operations in areas severely impacted by the earthquake. This announcement is significant because it represents a unilateral action by the resistance movement. Despite the military government's oppressive tactics, the NUG is taking a moral high ground by offering a ceasefire for humanitarian reasons. The ceasefire doesn't mean an end to all violence, though. The resistance maintains the right to defend itself if attacked, but the pause is seen as a goodwill gesture to allow aid to flow to the most affected areas. The military, however, has yet to respond publicly to the ceasefire offer, and while there are calls for unrestricted aid access, the military government has a history of obstructing relief efforts. For example, after Cyclone Nargis in 2008, Myanmar's military regime initially refused to allow foreign rescue teams and emergency supplies, resulting in over 100,000 deaths. In more recent cases, like after Cyclone Mocha in May 2023, the military once again delayed relief efforts and discouraged private aid missions. The reluctance to accept foreign help, even when the country is in dire need, continues to fuel criticism from both domestic and international observers. The PDF is a loose coalition of resistance fighters, mostly from local groups, who have managed to hold their ground despite being poorly armed. They have been instrumental in challenging the military's hold on large parts of the country. The resistance movement, which operates underground, has even managed to produce its own weapons, with ethnic minority groups playing a crucial role in the fight. The NUG's armed wing, the PDF, has agreed to collaborate with international NGOs and the UN to facilitate relief operations in areas under their control. They're also offering medical professionals loyal to their cause to assist in providing emergency care in military held territories, provided safety guarantees are given. This cooperation with external humanitarian groups shows that the resistance is not only focused on military objectives, but is also actively seeking ways to assist those in need, even under the most difficult conditions. While the situation in Myanmar is complex and far from ideal, history shows that there are instances where natural disasters have been used as a pathway to peace. One such example is Indonesia's Aceh province, which was devastated by the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. The disaster led to peace talks and a significant reduction in violence in the region. But for Myanmar, the military's track record is concerning. Critics worry that the aid, even if it's allowed in, will be weaponized or selectively distributed to bolster the regime's influence, rather than reaching the most vulnerable populations. While the ceasefire offer by the National Unity Government brings a glimmer of hope, it's unclear how much impact it will have in the long term. Myanmar's ongoing civil war, compounded by a history of military repression and obstruction of aid, means that the earthquake's victims face a grim reality. The question still remains: will Myanmar's military allow aid to reach the millions of people in need, or will political and military interests continue to trump the humanitarian response? Stay tuned for more updates.